Malaysia lost a great businessman last week, Datuk Pang Chin Hin, the founder of Mamee-Double Decker, one of the country's most recognizable food brand. He has passed away at the ripe age of 96. Hi, I'm Frankie. Welcome back to my flux show, Frankie Answers Questions. Through his visionary leadership and support from family members, Mamee-Double Decker has grown to a global brand. Today, Mamee products are exported to more than 80 countries around the world. As a tribute to the late founder, let's dive into this great Malaysian brand and hopefully all of us can learn a thing or two from the legacy that he built. Question 1. How did Mamee-Double Decker start? Mamee-Double Decker was founded by Datuk Pang Chin Hin in 1971. Prior to that, he was a second-hand car dealer. He was doing that until his friend coaxed him out of it into the instant noodle business. Despite not having prior experience or knowledge, Datuk Pang teamed up with his friend anyway, who provided financial support and reassurance that instant noodles sells better than second-hand cars. A year after the company's inception, it released the first ever own brand product known as Lucky Instant Noodle and Vermicelli. However, the brand Lucky didn't exactly live up to its name with heavy competition from Jintan and Maggi. Seeing that their sales did not take off, Lucky ran into financial difficulties which left the banks and investors to stop financing them. At the same time, Pang also suffered from getting cheated by his partner at the time. Everything was going the wrong way for Pang. And then one day, the late founder's son, Tan Sri Pang Ti Chiu, noticed a few rubber tappers eating uncooked instant noodles from the pack. It was an eureka moment for him, discovering the blue ocean strategy for their business. Upon realizing demand in that, they decided to revamp their instant noodle brand to an easy-to-eat snack instead of a whole meal. With that, this was born in 1974. Question 2. How did Mamee-Double Decker make money if it was only selling instant noodle snacks? Initially, Mamee-Double Decker mainly focused on producing snacks. Datuk Pang and his son continued hitting the iron while it was hot by introducing more snacks like Double Decker crackers in 1980 and Mr. Potato Chips in 1992. And it didn't stop there. Today, it diversified its products to have more than 50 items on its menu. Apart from making snacks, they also tap into the dairy market as well by launching Nutrigen cultured milk and yogurt, which is something that is totally different from the usual product range. Question 3. With over 50 products, which is the star product for Mamee-Double Decker? It is easy to assume that Mamee would be the key profit driver of the business, but actually it's not. While Mamee was its most recognizable brand, Mr. Potato Chips were its biggest money maker. It contributes more than 70% of the group's revenue and it is exported to over 18 markets around the world. One of the most notable international recognition was their partnership between Mr. Potato and Manchester United between 2011 to 2014. Barely a year after they partnered with MU, Mr. Potato's sales recorded a 20 to 25% growth, and that momentum motivated Mamee to come up with an ambition to hit an annual revenue of 1 billion ringgit within 5 years at the time. Question 4. Is Mamee-Double Decker listed on Bursa Malaysia? Well, it was listed on Bursa Malaysia until 2012. At that time, the stock was trading at 12 times PE compared with an average of 15 times valuation for similar kind of business. Kinda sad as the market didn't appreciate their business, although they were delivering impressive earnings during the last few years of its listing. The net profit grew triple from 14 million ringgit in 2007 to 42 million in 2010. The Pang family felt that their company was undervalued and they decided to take the company private. They were even willing to pay a hefty 22% premium to Mamee's last traded price of 360 ringgit to complete the privatization exercise. It's going to be the New Year soon. I know many of you will be thinking about New Year's resolutions. setting new financial goals and stuff like that. And we know it's not easy to plan or achieve it. From November to December, we will be organizing a financial literacy month. There will be free weekly workshops and activities to help you figure out your financial goals, plans, and turn it into actions for 2023. On top of that, when you attend our workshops, you will stand a chance to win some awesome Apple products too. So sign up and reserve a spot for yourself via the link below. Now, back to our topic. Question 5. Was it a good move to privatize the company? Well, maybe not. Looking at Mamee-Double Decker's past financial record, its revenue stood at 482.5 million ringgit in 2010 with a fantastic profit of 42 million as I mentioned before. 8 years later, in 2018, the company's revenue was 767.3 million ringgit. That's a 59% improvement. Pretty impressive. But their profit was only 28.9 million. 31% worse than what it was in 2010. It seems that their profit margin has eroded significantly over the years. If only the Pang family had a crystal ball, they would have waited and only privatized the company at a potentially much lower price in 2018 than it was in 2012. Nonetheless, I can understand why they did the privatization exercise then, because they were expecting to hit 1 billion ringgit revenue within 5 years with the Manchester United partnership, remember? Question 6. What did Mamee-Double Decker do post-privatization? After a successful partnership with Manchester United, the Pang family realized the power of good partnerships. In 2017, Mamee-Double Decker went into another partnership, this time with a renowned South Korean food manufacturing and distribution company, Shinsegae Food, to explore and expand the halal food demand in the Asia-Pacific region. Well, nobody paid too much attention to that news until 2022. Datuk Pang, who was a Pang family member responsible for setting up and managing the group investor relations team for Mamee-Double Decker, had stepped out from his comfort zone to venture into the convenience store space in Malaysia with the E24 Mart brand. It is one of South Korea's most popular convenience store chains, and Pang is to be credited for bringing the first store to Malaysia. Within months, eMart24 currently has 23 stores within Klang Valley itself, and it looks like their expansion is not going to stop there. Apart from forming new partnerships, Mamee-Double Decker was involved in a few corporate exercises as well. In 2019, Mamee-Double Decker bought into financially strapped Kisan Berhad through a share placement, which resulted in Mamee-Double Decker acquiring 45% stake in the company. Despite its financial distress, Kisan is the largest candy and sweets manufacturer in Malaysia. Many people thought that Mamee-Double Decker was planning to come back to the stock market via this corporate exercise. But eventually, it sold out of Kisan entirely when it was reported that Kisan apparently to have engaged in fraudulent activities. It was a bitter experience for Mamee, but in the process, Mamee-Double Decker managed to forge a relationship with London Biscuit Berhad, since they were also a shareholder of Kisan, holding 20% of the company shares. A year later, in 2020, Mamee was reported to enter into an asset sale agreement with LBB to acquire 7 parcels of industrial lands in JB, together with all the buildings and machinery located within the premises, and intellectual property rights comprising certain trademarks as well. All that for 70 million ringgit. Perhaps without the Kisan deal, Mamee-Double Decker was never able to get hold of those assets from LBB. The point is, it looks like Mamee-Double Decker will continue to evolve with time despite the passing of its late founder. In the future, innovations will not come just from Mamee-Double Decker themselves, but also from other collaborations with subject experts. If Chow Yun-Hu was able to market listed potato chips better than Mamee-Double Deckers themselves, why do it themselves? That's all we have for today. #fuck.